So thank you so much for those of you that are live here today. I wanted to introduce you to Sarah. Sarah is an incredible lady. She is my yoga teacher, and Sarah's actually been an inspiration for me wanting to learn Kundalini myself. And I'm going to go and train with Sarah next year because she's doing her first teacher training. So I am all about the holistic way of doing business and life, as you know, which is why I have done the retreat this week. And so I had to invite Sarah along because her work has really helped me, and I incorporate a lot of aspects of Kundalini into what I do, and little bits of it into even the work that I do with my business clients and everything now, because there's a lot of things that help, and it's really about that integration of mind, body and soul. So if you have any questions for Sarah at the end, please do ask away. But I'm going to hand over to Sarah now, and yeah, we'll see you at the end. Enjoy.
Thank you, Katie. And thank you for inviting me. I'm not really a technical person. I like to work in person, but it's really nice that you can gather new people and teach the sort of the magic of Kundalini far and wide. If anyone has any questions at the end that they've forgotten, then they can message me through Katie, because it's such a broad, amazing, big subject, but I'll try and keep it really simple today. During the class, we often, or before class, or at the end, we often have a little quote. So I'm going to start with a quote, and it's an angel message that we've had for all of us that are listening today, or whenever you tune in. It says, "Let your light shine," which really works with Katie's philosophies. It says, "Your authentic self shines brightly with divine love. You have loving qualities that bring much joy to yourself and others. We angels are working today to uncover your light so that it may be visible for the whole world to see. Your illumination is fueled by joy, laughter, and passion. Today, allow yourself to have fun by freely expressing yourself, since you can trust your true self to behave and speak lovingly and thoughtfully to others. There's no need to rein yourself in. Let go and allow your light to be extra radiant today." And the thought for today, a little meditation: I am lovable for who I am right now. I allow myself to laugh and have fun, and my light shines brightly. When I am my true self, I inspire others to be authentic too. So that just sort of sets you into a nice place, gives you permission to be fun, to look after yourself, to be true to yourself. So with Kundalini, we tune in and out with a mantra. It's the Adi mantra to tune in, and it's Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, which means I bow to the divine creator within. I'm going to just do that mentally, and whoever's present through this time, I'll tune you in. And at the end, I'll tune out with a long Sat short Nam, again mentally, just because it keeps it really simple. If you do join a class, it's easy to then find your way with the mantra. But let's just keep it really simple. And then we're going to do a little bit of breathing, some pranayama, really sort of changes and shifts the energy in your body, whether you want to cool it down, make yourself more mindful and thoughtful, release the worries and fears that can creep up when your body is overheated, or you can warm everything up, heat everything up. So I'm going to tell you which one I'm going to do, and you can do the opposite if you're practicing in the morning or the evening. So I'm going to do some pranayama to start with. Then we'll do some action, a bit of a kriya, which is the postures. And action is what we need to shift the energy. Yes, the pranayama is brilliant, but the action is actually what removes all the negative, stagnant energy that we accumulate sometimes through our own doing or the doing of others. So we can release that, clear the old, and even going back sometimes to when you were younger, between the ages of 8 and 10, say, you can accumulate things. So we're going to physically shift that. And And we're going to do a little bit of meditation mantra at the end. We're going to do a really simple one. And then it will be some Shavasana time. So you're going to lie on your mat, or you can sit simply where you are, if you're at your desk, with your hands up. And you can just integrate everything that you've done. And that's the most important time. So we're going to rub our hands together to start with, just to get our energy. And we close our eyes most of the time. Breathe in and out through the nose most of the time as well. We're going to bring the hands together in prayer position, prayer mudra. Thumbs are pressed into the sternum. There's a link between this center all the way to the brain to calm and to neutralize your mind. It's really good to get into a neutral state of mind and body. This is balancing the male and the female energies in our body, and we're balancing too the hemispheres of the brain, the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. So we're in a neutral state of being. So even if you just sit for a moment each day in this position with some deep breaths, then that's going to be really, really beneficial. That will shift your energy. So we're going to inhale fully through the nose. And we're going to exhale fully through the nose too. Really settling the body, taking our time. And then again, we're going to inhale. Exhale, releasing the breath. And then we're going to take 3 breaths, slowly one after the other. And I'm going to tune us in with the mantra again. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, which means I bow to the divine creator within me. We're tuning in to all the teachers, the masters, the gurus, to practice with us, protect our energy. It's a bit like Reiki when we're tuning in and tuning out, protecting this space, really making sure that we're held. Protection is key here. So we'll inhale to begin. Inhale again. Exhale, release the breath. And then if you feel you need to, have a little shake of the legs, because we're going to go back for the breathing in easy pose. If you haven't practiced for a while or not at all, then the hips are a bit stiff sometimes. So be patient with yourself. The flexibility will come with practice. So some breathing, we're going to do left nostril breathing, because we're going to cool the mind, cool the body, because we're in a relaxed state. If we were getting up in the morning and breathing straight at the beginning of the day, I would say let's do some right nostril breathing. That's bringing in the sun energy. So you're breathing in and out through the right nostril. But for this practice, we're going to start with the left nostril. So we're going to use the right thumb to block the right nostril. The fingers are coming up like antennae. So we're reaching up, bringing in that amazing energy. And we're going to breathe slowly and deeply in and out through the left nostril. Just take your time. Go at your own pace. It's all about your practice, your energy today. Really working deeply on the nervous system, calming the mind, cooling the mind. I often do this if I can't sleep in bed for some reason, I'm overtired or I've been overactive. You can do this lying down if you need to. Just breathe for a short time, in and out through the nose. And clients of mine have said they can really feel the body getting heavy and heavy while they're trying to get to sleep. So definitely give it a go. You can either work authentically and intuitively with the timing, or you can set a timer for 2 minutes, especially if you're seated and you've got your phone in front of you or a timer. 2 minutes is the optimum level with our practice. It really gives the body a chance to sink in, to be at that space and that place. But don't be harsh on yourself if you just want to do whatever feels right for you. You know, just as long as you do something, that's the main thing. And I'm not using my timer today because I'm working on my phone. Seeing you on my phone, so I'm just going to be intuitive, which is absolutely fine. Your spine is nice and straight if you can. If you feel that your shoulders are hunching down, elongate the spine, lifting up. And if you're not used to this practice, your body will resist and say, ah, but that hurts. So just be gentle with yourself and just do small amounts and often. And then inhale, exhale, release, and then just give yourselves a hug. And again, you can shake your legs forward if you feel you want to. And then back into easy pose. We're going to warm up with a really grounding base chakra little warm up, which will really help us to feel connected to the earth. So sometimes we stand and put our feet down, but we're just going to focus on the sitting bones. Just feel yourself totally connected to the earth. Hands are out. You can put your hands in Mudra, index fingers touching thumbs. We often come back to this pose. Index fingers touching thumbs, index finger, planet Jupiter for inner knowledge. So we're bringing knowledge from the universe down into us. So with regular practice, or sometimes even one class with Kundalini, you can really channel in new ideas, new thoughts. Sometimes I'll have a pen and paper by me just because I have a spark idea come through. And it's because we're connecting. Yoga is union with the universe. So you're connecting all the wonderful energies out there. We're in the right vibration to be in the right place at the right time. So we're going to grab our ankles firmly to start with. Again, a nice straight spine. We're going to flex the spine forwards, inhaling through the nose, and flex back. We're keeping the head up instead of flip-flopping up and down, which is not so good for the neck. Keep the head up. Inhale forwards, exhale back. Inhale, exhale. With the eyes closed, it's a nice active meditation. Really working on the fourth vertebrae, where the dormant Kundalini energy is. We're helping that energy rise up, bringing the energy down and up, just to stimulate all the cells in the body, helping the energy centers clean and clear, so we can actually bring in some fresh new energy into our body and into our mind. Inhaling forwards, exhaling back. And then you can speed up if you wish. If you want to keep at that pace, you absolutely can. If you want to speed up, shorter breaths, quicker movements. Inhaling forward still, exhaling back, just bringing a bit more power, a bit more activity. going to inhale to the center, hold the breath, pull in the navel, squeeze up the muller band, which is all the pelvic organs. Going to hold and squeeze. Keep holding, keep squeezing. And then gently release down, back down to the ground. A little shake forward if you feel that you're a little stiff. And then just coming back, hands in Gya Mudra. We're just going to integrate each of the poses that we do. Allow the body to absorb this new energy. And deep breaths. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, back towards the spine. And now we're going to grab the knees firmly. We're going to work on the core and the middle, getting it in shape really quickly. We're going to draw a circle with the chin around the body, inhaling forwards and exhaling back. Inhale, exhale. Just focusing on the breath. Kind of active meditation, clearing your mind and clearing the body of everything it doesn't need. It's letting go. And then we're just gradually going to come up a bit more vertical. We're just going to have smaller circles. Just if you need to shift around or get comfortable. Again, inhale forwards, exhaling back. Just enjoying this orbital movement, like the planets powerfully moving through the universe. Bringing that power back to you, to your space. Just a couple more seconds. Keep inhaling forward, exhaling back. And then gently back to the center. We'll inhale again. Exhale, release. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. Big circles to start with, drawing a circle with your chin around the body. Inhaling forwards, exhaling back. And the more you do the practice, the exercises, the more the body will respond. It's like anything when we do it first time. Often the body is in resistance, and that's absolutely fine. Change is good. Giving the body more tools to work with. So we're functioning at our optimum level, always looking to keep changing, growing. And each time you come back to a practice, you can go deeper into that space. I do a lot of the same things over and over again, and it just keeps propelling me forwards. And then we're going to speed up with this one. Shorter breaths, quicker movements, smaller circles. Still inhaling forwards and exhaling back. go with your breath and the rhythm. And gently and slowly back to the center. We're going to inhale again. Pull in the navel. Squeeze up the muller band. Hold and squeeze. Keep holding, keep squeezing, really pushing up, clearing the way. All the stagnant energy now, lifting, clearing. And gently exhale, release. And have a shake forward again. This is a seated practice. There's lots of different practices in Kundalini, but this is a grounding seated practice. So we're finding we're sitting down a little bit too long, but we're now going to do Spinal Twist, which was my first ever Kundalini experience. I happened upon Maya Fines, who was my teacher by chance, on some Sky channel, and it literally changed my life because I was like, wow, I feel better. So I'm going to share this with you. Grabbing the shoulders firmly, fingers are forwards, elbows are staying up. It's a short, sharp breaths. Inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right, in and out through the nose. Inhale to the center, hold the breath. We're going to squeeze up the muller band again. Pull in the navel, hold and squeeze. And gently exhale, release, and grab the shoulders. Give yourselves a really big hug. There must have been something that was blocking. It was many moons ago when I did that first practice, and something must have been blocking me, because the next day I felt completely liberated, and that was the start of my Kundalini journey. I found the lady's book, read her book, and then I did my training with her, and yeah, haven't looked back. So it's been an absolute blessing in my life. The same as when Katie found it. It was like a light bulb comes into your mind and says, this is what you've been waiting for. This is what will enhance your life. Yes, I haven't looked back. We're going to open the legs wide. I don't know if you can see me properly, but it doesn't matter too much. We're just opening the legs as wide as is comfortable for you. Don't overstretch yourself, and just sitting up nice and tall. We're going to mentally use the mantra Sat Nam with this, just because it stops the chatter mind and it's good for clearing, filling up the body with the truth. We're going to stretch up really tall. You can bring your hands together if you want. Left over right thumbs for lady, right over left for gents. We're going to inhale, mentally sat. Exhale, come down to the left toe, nam. Head towards the knees, hands towards the feet. Doesn't matter if you can't make it down. Then stretching to the center. Again, inhale and exhale down. So mentally inhale, sat. Exhale now. Really stretching tall and just coming down as far as is comfortable for you. Wherever you are with your flexibility is absolutely fine, because it will just learn and grow bit by bit. You don't have to be flexible to start yoga. It will allow you to become more flexible, and not only in body but in mind as well. I often laugh when people say to me, can you do this? Can you do that? And I'll say, I'm really flexible, so I can do almost anything for you. And it actually does work off the mat as well. So the more flexible you are, the more you find that you are with your life. It might take a little while. It might happen really quickly. But it plays out in the rest of your life as well. I always think we worry less and we love more when we do Kundalini, because we fill up so much in our practice with a vibration of love, with a vibration of gratitude. They talk about grace quite a lot in Kundalini, which is compassion, caring, and kindness, which we should all embody all the way through the world. But you know, that isn't the way. So we have to just start with ourselves and inspire others with our being. Rising up and then letting go with your breath. It's really good for the glandular system, especially for us ladies. Allows the circulation of hormones efficiently through the body. It's called live nerve stretch. Come back to inhale in the center. Exhale, bringing your palms down to your heart center, filling up with that vibration of love that I mentioned. Feeling every cell of the body vibrating with this pure vibration. Love is the only thing that exists, and we need to fill ourselves up with bucket loads of its vibration. Obviously, yoga, meditation, Katie's work with the soul-led business, it's all a high vibrational energy. We're going to bring our legs together at the front and then sitting really tall, stretching up as high as is comfortable. Bending from the heart center first, down. Your head is coming towards your knees, your hands are coming towards your feet, but don't worry where you are. Just gently stretch down. Breathe deep into this space. It relaxes the whole body. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, slowly rising back up. Exhale. And then gently coming back into easy pose. Hands in Gya Mudra again. Finding your place of peace here on the mat. Deep breaths. Taking the time to listen, tuning in to the inner wisdom that we all have inside us, all the knowledge. We're looking always outside, but actually everything that you need for us is always right here in this heart center. Breathe. While you've got your eyes closed, I'll gently talk through. We probably won't do a mantra as such that we do in a class, but I'll just talk to you about mantra. So man means mind, tra means tune. So you're tuning your mind when you use a mantra. I know Katie and I are both doing a mantra challenge at the moment. which is a beautiful, amazing mantra. Please talk to either of us about it, because it can take you from where you are to where you want to go. Kundalini yoga does that itself anyway, but with mantra it seems to speed things up. A lot of people have cleared lots of karmic problems that they've had. Synchronicities happen. You're in the right place at the right time. It's just happened to me a bit earlier on. So it really just shifts your mind to invite in all that's good for you. You tend to then discount any negative energy that's around. You know it's there, but it doesn't actually grab you or hold you. So yeah, speak to us about doing a mantra for 40 days. The reason we do 40 days is because that is a scientific time where you can break the habit or reclaim a new habit. 90 days is when we confirm that habit. You can go on to 90 days. And then 120 days, the habit is who you are. And then if you go on to 1,000 days, you've mastered the habit. So we're doing a mantra for peace and prosperity. So I'll describe what we're going to do and just show you. And then I can send you any bits and pieces that you will need to continue yourself. It removes negativity from your life in all shapes and forms. And the more you do it, the more this happens. But it will happen fairly quickly in. It's called the Antanad Mantra. Sare sasa, sare sasa, sare sasa, saram. And then we use a hand mudra. So our hands are placed down, first of all, in our navel or by our heart center. And we're working up with our palms all the way slowly to the third eye. And we're going to open our thumbs up to the third eye and our fingers open, opening to this Nad energy, this universal energy. And then we're going to bring that back down into our being. So we do that for 11 minutes, and it might seem a long time, but once you get into it, it's like brushing your teeth. 2 minutes is quickly gone. Not that we want to rush through this sort of thing, but it becomes a habit, and I do it every night around 9 o'clock, 11 minutes. I do a bit of exercise to start with, or exercising postures to start with, so we don't have to sit in this position. But yeah, it's changed my life. So the meditation that we're just going to do today, just for a few minutes, is just bringing your 3 fingers from your right hand down to your pulse on your left hand. If you can't feel the pulse, don't worry. And with a nice straight spine, and you can just drop your hands down so you're feeling comfortable. Your elbows are relaxed, your knees are relaxed. It's straight, your spine is really straight. I'm just going to use the mantra like we did with the live nerve stretch, Sat Nam. So mentally repeat Sat Nam. And don't mind yourself if it wanders. The mind will try and wander. Just try and come back to Sat Nam. I'll just do that for a few moments. Breathing deep. And gently inhale. Exhale, release, and then just again give yourselves a hug. Have a little shift around, and you can come into a rock pose, sitting on your heels, with your hands out in front, shoulders relaxed, and just make a cup with your hands. And we're just going to fill this cup. Again, this is a posture and a meditation just in one. If you wanted to do this once a day, this will be wonderful for you. We're just now going to focus on gratitude. So anything and everything that you're grateful for, you're going to fill that cup with. So I am grateful for me. It's going to be mentally, I am grateful for being here today, and grateful to Katie for connecting, bringing her strength, her warmth, her energy into my space. So just doing this mentally now, filling up the cup until it's overflowing. And then when you've finished filling up your cup, gratitude is the highest yoga. Then we're going to bring our hands together at the heart center. We'll do a little peace prayer. So just breathing in peace to start with for yourself. Again, you can take as little or as long as you want to do this. And then peace for others. And then peace for the whole planet. And then inhale, coming onto the knees, stretching tall. You'll lose me out of the picture, but palms are facing up. And then we're going to sit back down and invite the light from the universe into our crown center, onto our head. So we have more understanding and peace. Down to our brow center, so we can see clearly in love and in peace. Down to our throat center, our thyroid, so we can speak our truth always with love and with peace. And down to your heart center. We can stay open always to love and to peace in this heart-centered world. Sat Nam. And we'll tune out with a long Sat short Nam, but as I did before, I'll do it mentally, just for everybody that's here today, and for those encompassing anyone that watches this beyond. You're all protected in that space. I've mentally done that for you. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. exhale. And our inhale to tune us out. Inhale. Exhale, release. That now. Thank you for practicing. Just a short version of what we normally do. I would normally have you in Shavasana for relaxation for 10 minutes. But we've missed that, we've skipped that today, but you can do that for yourself at any point. So thank you so much for having a little taster here on the mat with me, wherever you are. And thank you, Katie, again for inviting me into your lovely group.
Thank you, Sarah. That was so lovely, as always. I always just feel so...
come a bit forward because I can hear you better.
Just feel so at peace after doing that. It's just so lovely. Camilla, if you've got a question in a minute, do feel free to ask anything. But I just would kick it off by saying, how can people, Sarah, find, or how is the easiest way, do you think, that people could start incorporating a little bit of Kundalini into their life every day? Because the benefits are massive, but with the best will in the world, so many of us are so busy, aren't we? And we'll feel like it just feels like another thing to do on the to-do list. And actually they think they've got to sit down and do a yoga practice on top of everything else. But is there sort of any tips, like certain things that people could do?
I mean, the thing is, I was the same until I did my yoga teacher training. So it was, I was only ever going to go as an immersion to put me into a place where I could do that. But I would say, do it now, because, you know, you can do the training, absolutely, and that will really kickstart things. But if you just have this philosophy that, you know, do the yoga or the breathing and then do life, because life is hard if you don't, if you start with the yoga and the breathing, even if it's, like I said, 2 minutes of coming back to yourself, you will step into the day in a different light. It's a tricky one to ask. It's a good, really, really good question. But I was the same. I would talk to my old self now and say, I didn't have the knowledge that I do now. And I think it's about knowledge. But I happened upon Kundalini and I did act upon it as soon as I found it. So for those that are watching, they're obviously needing it in their lives. Well, everyone needs it because we all need to have that sense of peace and space. So just act, you know, sign up for teacher training, read a book, go online, practice, find something to inspire you, go to a class. But if you can start with 2 minutes every day where you can sit and be at peace, light some candles, have some mindful books, you know, even if it's a little corner of a room, it doesn't matter where it is, something to like, put it in your diary, put it on your phone, just call it whatever you want to call it, my 2 minute peace practice. And then you'll find from there, it will just grow because you'll see the results and it will have its own extension, I think.
Absolutely. I love the kind of the ritual element as well, because it makes it feel really special, doesn't it? And it is like a, you know, an element of self-care. But I was exactly the same with my life as well. When you feel like the day is running you, when you first get up and you grab for your phone and look at your email and your social media, whereas now I religiously don't let the world in until 10, 11 o'clock if I can. But certainly 10 o'clock, so I've got the time to do this stuff. And I always used to think, same as you, if I'd spoken to my old self, she would have said, how have you got time to do that with everything else? But actually, by taking the time out to have that practice, whatever's right for you, it really, it sets you up for the day in a completely different way, doesn't it? And you feel more level and grounded and like you're in control more of the day than rather feeling
in control of your day,
firefighting, aren't you? Everything, but
it's worth its weight in gold. I mean, you have to just practice it yourself to know, but once you've done it, then you wouldn't go back. It's like stepping into the light and finding that you have all these tools and they're there for you that you can just use. Yeah,
absolutely. Do you have any questions at all, Camilla? Does anything resonate with you?
I think I was just thinking that what I find tricky is when I've dropped the kids off and then I've suddenly got to go into work mode, and then I do work and then I've got to suddenly go into mum mode, and I can really imagine this breaking it up really nicely so that I'm not going into back into mum mode still in work mode, and vice versa. So I think this could be really powerful, and
and
I really appreciate.
Once you're in bed, do you have like, you know, some time then, like even 15 minutes, that once you're in bed, now I don't watch TV anymore because I haven't got time for TV, but it's finding, you know, that space that you can just let go of everything.
Yeah, definitely. I think I feel quite uneasy at night, like I'm missing something, like something's been missing. So I think
your adult time.
Yeah, definitely. Once I got the kids in bed, it's a bit hard to relax then. It's been so crazy. So if I had this, I think it would be much better and help me.
Even if it's a short spell to start with, and you'll just think, oh, on a bit more tomorrow, and you'll keep growing with it. Yeah, amazing.
Thank you.
It's so nice to meet you.
And you.
It really helps as well, I find, and I've said this to Sarah, because we've been doing the mantra that she spoke about, and I found as doing that as a practice, I'm very much a in my head person. There's always to-do lists, and you know, my husband's always laughing at me because there's post-it notes everywhere and things, and this is just a way of bringing me back into my body and just really grounding as well, just even with those exercises that Sarah did, like that real sort of shift, and you can really feel it, and it's so effective, just that kind of reconnection.
You're opening up to the new each time as well, because every day is a new day. We've got new energies to tap into, and if we're taking the old with us each time, then we miss out on all those new threads that are coming through. So it's just it's starting afresh every day.
And being grateful, as you said, you know, really using that gratitude, isn't it? It's like setting the tone for a new day, new experiences. You're kind of letting go of what maybe yesterday, if it didn't go according to plan or bring, and it really gives you a sense of what could be possible that day. And I think just really making you feel connected to something much bigger than yourself, which I think is
focusing on what you want, not what you don't want. So if you focus on the gratitude, you know, if my son comes home from school and says, oh, but this, I said, yeah, but what are you grateful for today? Forget that, because it's something that you can't change, and focus on gratitude. My battery's low, so I might have to plug you in and move you a minute. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So this is technical stuff, isn't it? I don't do technical very often. Yeah. So absolutely.
And I think that's really sound advice as well, because I funny enough, I was in a chat that we were doing earlier today, and I remember when I started working with business coaches, so it's very different to the sort of thing that we're talking about, but them saying, you know, really focused on your mindset and taking time out to do that. And then the old me was thinking, I don't have enough hours in the day. I don't have enough hours to do that. Whereas now, that's what makes the time, and that's what makes me a much nicer person to be around, and much calmer, and I make better decisions, and you know, and obviously not just in my work but in my personal life as well. So
yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, it changes your personal life too.
Yeah.
The way that you deal with everybody in your life, you know, it's just incredible. So I can't, you know, thank it enough. And I always put into that gratitude pot, thank you to Kundalini and thank you to my teacher for bringing that, because you know every day I'm thankful for her as well. And that was a while ago now, that's like 7 years ago, but I'm still so grateful. She wrote a really nice book which I happened upon in the library, and so yeah, all of these things wouldn't have happened for me had she not instigated. And like for yourself, for Katie, bringing you into this lovely retreat.
Absolutely, yeah, it's magic.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Lovely, isn't it? All these little like breadcrumbs, I think, and we can look back and it's like all leading us. It's all part of a journey as well, and I love that evolution. And you know, and part of my thing as well, if somebody had said to me 3 months ago, 6 months ago, that I would have signed up, you know, with you next year to do this yoga teacher training, I would not have believed it. But this is the power of following your bliss, if you like, and following what
we get given it.
You never know.
Sometimes we get given these things and we haven't got a lot of choice, and we're like, what? But you know, and then you think, actually, I can do this. Yeah. I can do it at my own pace, in my own time. You know, if you come back to your yoga and your peace, all the answers will be there. So how will I do this today? The answers will be there in that stillness that you create for yourself. We're all looking for stillness. People smoke because they want that, oh, I can breathe. People do lots of things, have a drink, because then that's like, oh, this is our healthy version of that, which not only does us good, it brings us to better places. So
yeah, absolutely. That seems like a perfect place to finish.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry if I'm not really set up for it, but I'm used to being in the studio.
Oh, not at all. Don't apologize. The other thing I love about this is the fact that we're all real people. I don't want, that's the honesty and the authenticity and integrity of it. We're all just real people incorporating things into our life, and it doesn't have to be perfect and polished, because
definitely not
real life. So thank you for showing up as you. I appreciate it.
And the book, the book is actually called Yoga for Real Life, Maya Fines, and that's why I was attracted to it, because she made it so real for everybody.
Yeah, it's about being accessible, isn't it, and realistic. So thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah, and thanks for coming along as well, Camilla. If you've got anything else you'd like to ask, are you okay?
No, I'd love to have a copy of the mantra information, please.
Sure.
Just very grateful for today, so thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let us know how you get on. Katie will give it to you unless she needs me to send some bits, but yeah, and keep in touch, because if you do a 40-day, wow, you'll see huge differences, and we want to hear about them.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going for it. I'll do a 40-day.
Fantastic.
It is absolutely.
I love that.
I will put the I'll put the link to it and everything in the notes of this, because there'll be I'm going to upload it onto YouTube as well, so I'll send it to see. Sarah, where can people find you if they want to get in contact with you direct?
abbeystudio.co.uk. That's my website. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, and I'll put the notes in as well. I'll put your web address and everything on there. But that's lovely. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming along today. And
you're so welcome. Lovely to see you.
Yeah, you too.